Coach Marta, and I'm here at the vocal studio to show you a couple of tips and tricks that are based in neuroscience that I use in my studio with my students. This is very short version of what we usually do here, but I'm hoping that it will be of use to some of you. So why applied neuroscience? Why would we even throw it into voice lessons? Well, we sing with our whole body, and actually what's mostly responsible for singing is our brain. First of all, vocal and life hygiene go hand in hand. I'm sure you've heard so many times to stay hydrated, to sleep well, to eat well. And of course, eating well is different for everyone, but definitely hydration and sleep are very, very important. So in neuroscience, we see rest, either wakeful rest or sleep or napping, as a time for your brain to acquire all the knowledge that it gathered throughout the day. So when you have a vocal lesson that following night, your brain will be definitely working hard on figuring out what we did here. The second thing is so-called brain-body environment continuum. So in a very big shortcut, our bodies seek balance at all times, homeostasis. So our bodies regulate temperature, they regulate oxygen, blood pH. They're usually very well-oiled machines. So the brain and body, it's kind of clear, but in singing and performing, we also have the added environment to it. So for example, if a student is running from a bus stop and comes late and comes in my studio all stressed, we will definitely take a second to calm down and refocus on what we are doing. We don't want to just run in and start singing stressed. Same with the performance anxiety. If you have a huge performance, there's a chance you might be feeling stressed. So this very much impacts your brain, body, and environment continuum, and there are simple tricks how to help it that I will tell you in a second. So, one pretty important thing that is mentioned often in applied neuroscience is audiation, which means that it's literally singing in your own head. Why it's important is that your brain, when you imagine a melody, your brain learns it, and then it's way easier to actually produce a melody that's on pitch and rhythmically accurate also. So in a second, we'll also learn how to audiate and how to apply it to singing actually. And a couple of things that are important also is playfulness. So the weirder and the funnier we make it, the better for our brain. So there are times that I will ask my students to sing like a ducky or like a princess, or it's basically the more details, the better. I have students who have come up with like funny little stories that they are singing an upbeat song in a very sad way. So you name it, playfulness is amazing. Also being playful with your, body environment, with your room is really helpful. So for example, I have a huge yoga ball here. I have lots of little toys. People who have lessons with me know all the torture devices. Those things are helpful to, distract our brain away from being hyper focused on the perfection. Everybody likes to perform well, but being too focused on judgment and perfection is not really helpful in the process. Repetition is useful, and also taking 10 seconds of brain break, which we've been practicing in the studio here too. So if I see that my student hit their goal or did something that they are happy with, or something finally clicked, we usually try to focus, use a little bit of mindfulness, and just see, this is how it felt. So try to internalize the feeling of how something went well. Something that you have achieved, something you hit a note, or you did a very long phrase. To internalize how it felt, and most likely this will lead to why did it happen. Okay, so how would we work on a song? First, what we would do is that we would take 2 to 3 physiological or respiratory sighs. So you would take 2 breaths through your nose and then breathe them out through your mouth until your lungs are empty. So one more time. And we want to see how we feel. So how do you feel? Are you tired? Are you energetic? Are you stressed? Are you happy? Are you sad? Those are very, valid, important things. So if you are calm and focused, we can go ahead and start singing. If you are nervous or stressed, or you just ran from the bus stop and you're all hot and sweaty, we might take some breaths to calm down. So for calming your body down, the breathing is usually, it's not usually, it is 1, 2, 2. A very popular method is 4, 7, 8, and it's very calming. So this is if you wanted to calm down. Now, there is also a method called boxed breathing, and it's count to 4, hold for 4, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. And it works wonders for focus. Okay, so say we chose a song. We have done our warm-up. So after we are done with warm-up, we can start working on a song. So the way we would work on it, neuroscience way, would be the first note of each phrase. So first we would audiate the phrase in our brain. So I chose shallow. So it will be da 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 da. So we are just imagining this melody. Okay. And now we are taking first note from that phrase. And we'll just pick a vowel. Let's say ah. Ah. So you will sing the first note and then audiate the rest of the phrase. Ah. 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 And then we would sing the whole phrase on vo. But in this case, I don't want b to be very explosive. I want it to be a gentle little kiss. So, b, 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 b. All right. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. We can also imagine that this is a bouncy bunny, or just, giving love to each and every note. So it's very bouncy. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. It's it's not a true staccato. It is still somehow glued together, but it's very gentle. And then make this into a very much of a legato. So you would pick a vowel. Again, I usually pick a. Oops. Ah. Ah. And again, hands are helping. Ah. Wheels on the bus. Ah. Or swimming. Ah. All right. So again, the process is first we sing first note of a phrase, then we sing on a vowel, on let's say a, then we sing the whole phrase on very gentle bo bo bo, and again we can do arms, swimming, phrases, something smooth with our arms when we sing. We could reverse if you feel very adventurous, and then we do legato with wheels on the bus go round and round. All right, perfect. So two other things that are helpful, for example, if you do have stage fright, is a gaze. So usually it's called a diffused gaze. So if you focus on something, this is focused gaze. But when you diffuse your gaze and you kind of blur it out, it's very relaxing for your body. And then I mentioned before, breathing is also helpful with some stage fright. Okay, that's it for it. It's way longer than I anticipated. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in person in my studio. Bye!